Okay, looks like yeah, looks like we're live here. It is live now. It is live now. It's Saturday morning. Questions and answer period for Team Certainty and Power Network for prospective new members. Welcome viewers for checking in with us this morning. I have with me Mr. Gary Smith and Mr. Iron Dane Richards. How you doing, fellas?
Good, good.
Good. Again, this is the Team Certainty Saturday morning question and answer session. I say this every time. We do these Google Hangouts twice a week. We do them the Saturday mornings, this time period from 11 to 11:30, and it's questions and answer period. And we also do these Google Hangouts. These two Google Hangouts are designed for prospective new members that want to know more about Team Certainty, want to know more about Empower Network, any team, part of our team leaders as well. Our second, we do the Wednesday night Hangouts as well from 8 to 9 Central Time. And again, we have a topic. On Wednesday, we'll talk about that a little bit later. We do have a little bit of iPass updates. iPass 2 update later today. We got a lot of good questions going on, for today. Some pretty good ones that came in during the week, which we, support will answer. And that's what the button is over here on the side of your broadcast page. Just that tab that says support. If you click that, viewers, if you click that, a box will pop up. You can type in a question, anything about Empower Network, anything about Team Certainty or team leaders here, and the support will get it answered, send it back to you, and then if they deem it appropriate, send it to us so we can answer it for the prospective new members as well on these Saturday morning period. So a lot going on. Let's let people jump in here for a few minutes. We're going to go a good half hour today. Got a lot of good questions, a lot of stuff going on with Empower Network. Orlando coming up, so quite a bit to go through. Mr. Smith, I'm sure you're doing well. You look lively and refreshed. I'm sure that's due to the fact that the football season in the United States has begun. So, we had our first round of professional football games this week. Did you watch any?
I didn't. We do have something in my little town of Caldwell, Idaho. We have Albertsons College. Well, it's College of Idaho. It was Albertsons College for a while, and then they dropped Albertsons again and went back to just the College of Idaho. And when I was a youth growing up, we had a football team, and for some reason, CVI got away from that and kind of leaned more toward baseball. We've always been a baseball power in Caldwell, right through college level. The college level has just always been really well. Well, this year and this summer, they've been working on this old stadium where they had those games when I was a kid. And they're reviving their football program. We're going to have a college football team in Caldwell again, the Oats. So everybody's all pumped about that, and they sold season tickets and sold the thing out. And it's too bad. It'd be a really big program now if they'd just stayed with it, but they've gotten back into that, so we've got a little hometown stuff going on.
All right, good.
Cool.
Beautiful field. Boy, they put in some big, real expensive AstroTurf with the little rubber beads and stuff in it, and really stepped up, so I'm excited.
Well, it should be a good season this year. I, too, am a bit excited about it all, and, the college football didn't start for another month. Actually, 2 or 3 weeks. The end of this month actually is when it gets started. But I like college ball a lot more than I do pro ball, and it's just there's just more pageantry, and I tend to think there's a little more passion in the college ranks than it is in the pros. So we'll see how things go, and I'm sure we'll be reporting about our favorite teams here, in the weeks ahead. But I've got 3 children in college this year, so in 3 different teams. So I've got a lot of dividing and conquering to do, for the next 6 months or so. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Mr. Iron Dane Richards, do you have any comments? Anything your neck of the woods you want to chat about? State of affairs of America or Ukraine or anything like that?
Yeah, I was going to say the poor people in Ukraine and Israel are still going up and down, and our hearts go out to them, and hopefully they survive this little debacle and mess. But the one funny thing was, well, some people don't find it funny, but did you see any of the posters or the laser that they were shooting on the U.S. Embassy over in Moscow?
No.
It had a picture of Obama because of his birthday with a little birthday hat on.
Oh, really?
And him eating a banana, but it was one of those moving laser things. They painted the whole side of the U.S. Embassy with it.
He probably didn't take that too lightly, you know.
Well, the prankster probably was sitting there pouting, throwing basketballs around in the White House because he was so upset, you know.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we pay the price for it, you know. We
I know it.
American citizens for his stupidity and actions, but you know, who knows?
I know
we spend how much money did we spend and lives were lost in Iraq, and we turn around and start bombing it again.
Oh yeah,
you know?
It's absolutely absurdity, the money that they waste for, you know, to blow it up and go back and rebuild it, blow it up, go back, rebuild it. I mean, how many times do you have to learn the lesson, guys? This is not building our economy like back in the 50s and 40s. It doesn't work like that anymore. But you know, IQs are shallow up there in Washington, you know.
And the defense contractors, you know, are just, you know, licking their chops going, okay, great, man, you know, more, get to build Congress, a few more billion, you know.
Yeah.
You know, crazy.
So what, we got to kick somebody back, you know, so what, there's a kickback, you know.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, you know, a little bit after the hour here. Gary, I'm going to ask you the first question.
Okay.
And then you guys see the questions up there on the board. Just, you know, pick any one you want to and read it out to whoever you want to give it out to. But I'll start with you, Gary. The question, the viewer's asking this question, how do you guys pick a niche for your online marketing?
Yeah, I like that, you know, because Empower Network can fuel whatever you're doing, you know. Say you're a realtor or you have your own product line or something that you want to promote, and you need to promote yourself and brand yourself and get yourself out there. Tying it to Empower Network's platform is kind of a double-edged sword, because it will electrify your results and what you're doing now, which a lot of times is the fastest way to additional income for people, and they don't even really realize that, you know, what was doing it. You know, all of a sudden my real estate business is booming since I started linking it back to Empower Network and through its sites and links and backlinks and stuff. And so I'm gonna drop Empower Network because my real estate business is doing so well now. I mean, come on, guys, it's kind of like an advertising thing, and you do what you're familiar with to do. You know, if you don't have anything to promote for yourself, the Empower Network products themselves are a total built platform ready to go for you. And once we get iPass 2 going, you link up to that, and this thing will almost fully automate for you to where sales and stuff come in, and people upsell and sell those people and train those people for you, and you don't even have to hardly do anything, you know. But linking whatever you do through the Empower Network products, I'm sure Mike could tell us his lawnmower story for the 9,000th time if we want to hear that. And, you know, how you can resell this stuff over and over and over again and never run out. You know, it's a no-brainer. And then, like I said, if you've got something passionate that you are passionate about and already have things built in place, but it's not going as well as you think it should, like your Tupperware business or whatever, you know, Dave Wood has gotten wrapped into this now, that bring it into Empower Network's platform and promote this thing and backlink it and do your blogs and all that stuff, and your little Tupperware business will take off. You know, so that's kind of, you know, whatever you're passionate about. You guys feel kind of the same way?
Well, you know, yeah, I do. I mean, I you know, picking a niche, you know, the question the viewer's asking, you know, and I'm sure the question's alluding to, you know, things like CPA offers or things where we want to sell stuff on the internet. How do you pick a niche to even write a blog about? Use the Empower. We do use your Empower Network blog to do that with, but more so we use the Empower Network products to promote that niche. And there are some stuff back in the 10K formula, or 15K formula in regards to how to pick a niche. And there's a couple other questions that are going to come up here in a minute that kind of we can elaborate even more on that. To find a niche, what I look for is, there's got to be a magazine or an association that I can tap into. So I do look for magazines. If there's no magazine on the topic, and I'm talking, it can be an online or offline magazine. I don't really care, but there's got to be people that are actually interested in it. I look on Facebook and type in the niche, whether it's natural diapers, whatever. If there's not a group on Facebook that are talking about it, then it's a niche that's just too small or too, no one's going to buy. What kind of marketplace are you going to have? So there's different ways of looking at finding a niche, but magazine is my first route. And then the Facebook groups are my second when I look for niches. And then utilizing the Empower Network products to promote it. The niche, is the route that I go. Mr. Iron Dane Richards, any thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's about a niche for everything nowadays. Just depends on, like you said, what the popularity and how many recent posts they've had. I think it's probably one of the keys to it. Yeah. But, man, you can find something for everybody, no matter what their desire is or what their hobbies are or something. And hobbies are always a good area. If you have an interest in a specific thing, work the area that you're comfortable, that you know about. Then you can share more information. You can bring people in, and they'll see you as an authority figure. And once you do that, you bring them into your Empower Network page, and naturally you'll build that relationship that way. And if they see that you're doing well with it, they're going to do well with it. I mean, it's contagious. When you're doing well, the people you bring in always do well. And so that's why, you just want to keep them pumped up. And folks, those are the buttons down here. You can only spend $25 today. So, sorry. I jumped in earlier.
A lot of the gurus in our marketing niche that most of us, are involved with, and that's where it falls. If you're going to go with the Empower Network products, you need to just focus on one. They'll say that over and over and over again, because if you go, you're doing this, that, and the other, you're not really branding yourself as an expert in anything. You're branding yourself as a huckster, and so you kind of really need to think this through. And like I said, if you have the Empower Network products and you're also a realtor, well, that kind of makes sense that you're kind of branding yourself in two different things. But if you're going to do weight loss and I don't know, just a bunch of the other niches all at the same time, you just kind of never get yourself branded as an expert in anything. And that's why it's so important that you just kind of focus on one area. What are you going to be an expert in? Okay, I think we beat that to death, but Richard, here's one for you, buddy.
Okay.
Because it's directly to you. Richard, what is your current project that you feel would be helpful to others?
Oh, the current one?
You must have said something about something there.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I was going to say no. My current one is working on a auto dealer finance program that we're trying to bring nationwide for folks. That you can apply online, go buy a car anywhere you want. They directly send you the money. And it's not like getting pulled over the coals like some of these places. They're not doing absorbent rates. But yeah, that's been the current project. It's still in the formulation stages of getting everything set up. But that's been kind of my current one, and they may even do some in-house financing programs for small businesses. But we're going to be promoting that. I'll be definitely putting that up on the Empower Network page when I get that to a certain point. And that'll help, and that's a good working example, once again, to everybody that goes to sign up or considering it. Just watch what we do with our stuff, folks. I mean, you use it for your eBay business, right, Gary? I mean,
folks, too, let me chime in here and introduce Richard. Richard is kind of a finance guru, and that is, he's branded himself years ago in the finance industry, and then he's using Empower Network products to promote not only the marketing and Empower Network, but also his financing stuff and ventures and capital and finding capital for people. So I introduce you to Richard, Iron Day.
Thank you. But the main thing is to utilize your both sides. I mean, the opportunities there that you can use Empower Network just as a standalone situation, which is great. And it has such high ranking with Alexa and Google, which you can't go wrong with. If anybody's doing, as soon as you look at any kind of internet marketing, is how much are you going to spend? Basically, is what it all boils down to what kind of return you get. Well, there's an offset here with Empower Network where you're not dropping millions of dollars that most people don't have to do it. I mean, I was just with a company the other day, and they said, oh, well, we just need 18,000. That's all. You just send us 18,000, and we'll do some press releases and do this and do that. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks for playing. But, because there's alternative ways to generate traffic. And Empower Network, I can tell you for a fact that that's pushed the ranking on my websites. Those links are hot and powerful, folks, and they don't get banned. And that's one thing I can tell you for a certain as anything. But
when I first got into the internet thing, I thought that you just, because I kind of came in through ClickBank and different offers and things like that, multiple offers, and I thought you just promoted anything under the sun. And I set up this program, or this whole website and everything, for obesity and children and childhood obesity. And I mean, this thing was big. I mean, I said that really big, but I didn't really want to be the guru of fat people, It was weird, and then you get these people emailing you all the time, my kids are just obese and I can't figure out why. And I said, well, what's their diet? Well, we go to McDonald's 4 times a day. Well, you might want to cut that out.
Yeah, when the Domino's guy stops at your place on his way home, you got a problem, right?
Yeah. And there wasn't really no money in it. It was just a shitload of free advice to everybody. It's like common sense advice, and I spent a lot of time and energy on that too. But I didn't know nothing about backlinks, and I was just approving everybody. And there's people putting porn and crap on it, and it was a rude awakening for internet marketing. I'm telling you.
Oh, well, let's dig up another question here. Let's give one to this one's for Mike for sure. What's the big surprise Empower Network's going to announce in Orlando?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm sorry, I don't have the answer. I have no clue.
Oh, yeah. Snoop Dogg, let's spoil it for Empower now.
Well, I haven't started my interpretation or due diligence and into it because it's too early.
Okay.
And I got to admit too, I haven't been very accurate the last couple times. I'm expecting more, and getting under delivered is what's been going on. So, David Wood will sizzle something, and he's targeted this event for over a year. This Orlando event, last event in 2014, he's targeted it for over a year now. So something is big, it's going to happen. But it could be as simple as translating into 3 or 4 different languages. I mean, that's kind of, if I had to pick anything right now, it's probably what I'd go with. I'd love to see him be able to incorporate, Amway or any other kind of, direct marketing or sales, entity into their infrastructure to promote their products to those groups. I'd love them to do that. That may never ever happen. The more I think of it, they said that would happen years, when they rolled out EMV2 about a year ago. But the more I think about it, it's unlikely that'll happen. So I really don't have an answer right now. But I'll do my best to find one before the Orlando event occurs. I'm sure we'll get some hints along the way, and as soon as we do, we'll start talking about it more.
Hey, while you're going, Mike, there's another question for you because you've been talking. Where the heck's Tevetter? Where's Mike Tevetter?
Okay, I had a couple of questions like that. I talk to Mike periodically, and he's doing very well. And for those of you that don't know much about Mike, he's still involved with us, and I expect, him to be back here and on these hangouts really, before the end of the year. But, it's on his own time. He's got his own agenda. His family is growing, which is important for him and everything. But everything's good for him. He's doing good. They come
cruising through this last weekend, and he was calling on Sunday, and I don't pack my phone a lot of times on Sunday, and so we didn't get hooked up, but I think he was trying to stop by.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I know for a fact that he was in that area.
Yeah. Did they have that baby?
I think it's still early. I think it's still several months away. That's my guess.
I thought maybe they were here seeing her parents because they had the baby.
No. I think he's halfway there or something. Pretty close to halfway there. But I will say this for those of you that to answer the question, the viewer's question, that for those of you that don't know Mike got to start building cabins, and I want to say small cabins or chicken coops or dog houses or something like that. Custom. What were they?
Dog houses.
Okay, dog houses.
He was doing the chicken residential chicken thing too.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, you talk about niches. I mean, the guy, and he's a very bright guy, but he's getting into these mini homes that are so popular now, and some of these mini homes are like $30,000 or more. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's like, Gary, you were talking about those RV parks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He gets a trailer. Mike's getting trailers, these big, flatbed trailers, and puts a damn home on it, builds a house on it, just a big dog. It's about bigger than a dog house, but just builds, one of these big ass homes on it, or big ass homes. It's small but tiny, but people paying $30,000-$40,000 for these things.
Well, they're taking the old shipping containers, and you can buy an old shipping container for like $2,500. That's what are those things, like 12 by 40 or something like that?
Yeah.
And then they're just cutting openings for windows and stacking them, welding them together, and everything else, making like floor pods and everything else out of them things.
Huh.
It just costs you as much to get it delivered.
Right. Just about. But anyway, that's what he's doing. He's doing fine. He'll be back with us, here in the months ahead. When I talk to him, he's got to finish a few things he wants to work on, but he misses, the not only the camaraderie we have here at Team Certainty, but he also misses Empower Networks products and stuff, and he knows how much they help people. So he wants to get back into that when he can. So. All right. Okay. There's just a couple other questions on the board. I'm just going to rattle them off and I'll probably just answer myself. Okay, got the Twitter.
Well, just to kind of wrap that up, I guess the midgets do need housing too.
Now, that's not literally correct. So you need to when you hit your head tonight on the pillow, say you're sorry.
Yeah.
Is that understood?
Mike's not a very big guy. I like to tease him.
No, and I know okay, here's a question. The viewer's asking, does Empower have a new product coming out? We get that question periodically, and it's kind of some people are eager and some people are a little sarcastic about saying a question, and but we answer it the same way. And if we know there's a product coming out, we'll tell you about it. If we don't know, then we just won't know. I don't think they don't. The answer to the question is no. They don't have a new product coming out. They're at a stage now where their growth going on right now with Empower Network is somewhat stymied, and it has a lot to do with some of the drama, and it's just really kind of where the company's at. But it's kind of plateaued, and it's going to move up a little bit, and then it's going to explode. And I think that's what David Wood is really trying to plan for this October event is an event or an action that acts as a catalyst, to get out of this 10%, mode, and move up into the 12 and 14, 15 area, and then take off from there. And then the general public jumps in, So, the VIX Treehouse stuff and some of this other stuff, obviously, is iPass 2 when it comes around. We'll chat about that in just a minute. But, we're eagerly awaiting that, from this end. I do know that, and I did touch on this last time, last Hangout, that I do know another group that put together a, I lack of better words, a VIX Treehouse, system. And they're going, hardcore at it. I mean, big time hardcore at it. And Empower doesn't like it, And the unfortunate thing about it is the people behind it are actually great people. I like them both, and they're very loyal to Empower Network. That's kind of the ironic part of it. But sometimes the almighty dollar blinds people, And a good example is this iPass 2 that Chris Jones could have rolled it out a long time ago. We all could have jumped on and everything else, but taking the time and waiting to make sure everything's done right, you're in compliance, and we as users of that product will be safe as well, is the right thing to do at whatever cost and time frame. And we can both see that, and have witnessed that. So, and that's the right way to go. But it's just unfortunate. There continues to be a little bit of drama, with Empower Network, and it's just, growing pains. And the compliance department, I'm sure, is overloaded like usual. But we'll continue to go and do what we need to do. So, an answer to the viewer's question was no. There is no new product coming out, and I don't anticipate a new product coming out with Empower Network either. Even in October, I do believe there are going to be maybe some new marketing strategies, and there might be a new product, attached to it. But anything that comes out of Empower Network will be designed and put in place specifically to grow the affiliate base. And if it be a product line, then so be it. But the product will be most likely for affiliates, not for new member. I mean, well, I guess it would be people would want to buy it, but I think it'd be geared toward affiliates more than anything. Do you have any comments on that, Mr. Smith?
Yeah, it just severely needs to be, the iPass 2 thing needs to happen, and I hope Empower's compliance, doesn't keep that beat down too much longer, because Chris Jones has put a lot of work into this, and it's such a superior product to anything that Treehouse put out there. And I got to say this too, I stayed hooked up to Treehouse's stuff just so I could see, and the stuff and things that he is trying to promote now has just desperate wrote all over it.
Really?
Because,
too bad.
It's just horribly desperate marketing to try to get anywhere near the level he was at with Empower Network. You see, that's the stuff, folks. You tie yourself together with Empower Network, you can do huge things. And then you get to this big head up built up that, you're bigger and better than Empower Network. You can do it on your own, and you can go out and do some of these desperate promotions trying to do a fraction of what you were doing when you were with Empower Network. It's comical. And that's kind of why I stayed hooked up, so I could just kind of watch and everything.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's comical what he's trying to do.
All right. All right. Well, I haven't heard much from him at all or about it, although I don't really reach out and try and kind of look at it. But I tend to follow what the compliance people are doing on the compliance page at Empower Network and do our stuff as well. So.
Well, as you know, Snoop Dogg, you want to track somebody's movement, just subscribe to their stuff.
Say again?
If you want to, track.
Oh yeah, right. Just subscribe
to their stuff, and they'll send you all their bullshit.
Yeah.
You can. It's a good way, I think, to it keeps your delete button not so dusty.
Right. Well, I mean, they it's one of the things that they used to promote pretty heavily at Power Network is to become or follow all the teams and become a subscriber to all the other teams, places and stuff, and get on those lists. I'm on Tony Rush's list. I like to find out what he does from time to time. And they do good hangouts as well. So. Okay, the only other comment I wanted to make is on the iPass 2,
yeah.
And I did get an update from this third person party provider. It is not a provider for the iPass 1 system. It is a good provider for the iPass 2 system, and he seems to think it is going to be Labor Day. That the green light's already been kind of semi-given. And the beta testing continues to go on, and after the Labor Day weekend, it's going to be announced that iPass is open for the for us members, and then soon to be for the general public as well, new members. So I'm anxiously awaiting that moment and to get it going. So, Mr. Iron Dane Richards, do you have any closing comments?
No, I'm just
down to the bottom of the hour, so.
Yeah, I'm just really excited about the iPass 2, and I'm just hoping that we get it before the birthday candle goes on it. That's my whole thing. I think it's an outstanding piece of work. A great tool. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to that coming through. But, other than that, no, I mean, it's just been enjoyable talking to you guys today. And finding out more what's going on. And folks, you drop in, you get more info all the time on what's going on in our circle of influence, and also in what how we use the Empower Network products. So, stop on back. We like to have you here, and look forward to seeing everybody down in Orlando too.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Mr. Gary Smith, any closing comments?
Yeah, I'm just kind of in a fuzz now. I guess I kind of got my sugar high going, and get ready for Saturday. I got a limb came out of a tree laying on top of the house. I got to deal with that. So, while I'm fighting my yard work, you guys can be in here and get yourself signed up, and get Team Certainty's back office. You can become a part of this panel and get yourself out there. It's one of the quickest ways there is, and all we're looking for is producers.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, good. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And again, viewers, that's what the buttons are for below to sign up. 1 through 5 button. I recommend button number 3. Yeah, that's the least amount of money to make the most amount of money in the quickest route possible. And the earnings disclaimer is below there as well. And we can't guarantee you'll make any money in Power Network or Team Certainty. We'll just provide you with one thing we can guarantee is we'll give you the support and the effort from our side to help you get there. But it's up to you ultimately. As always, it's your efforts will produce whether or not you are successful or not. So, again, thanks, fellas, for today. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Again, we do these Google Hangouts twice a week. This time from 11 to 11:30 Saturday morning, and then Wednesday evenings from 8 to 9 Central Time here in the United States. And again, thank you, viewers, for taking the time this morning. Whether you watch this on live or on a replay, or even possibly listening on one of the radio stations we broadcast over the internet, thank you for taking the time, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Okay, thanks everyone. Enjoy your Saturday. Take care.
Take care, everybody.